Oh man. Today felt like 12 days.
It did.
It did. It felt like 12 days to me. I don't know about you, but it was like the day that never ended.
I'm sorry. I'm just very distracted. This thing's very close to my face.
It is. Okay. Well, there's a reason. Josh Siri, who I'm doing the other podcast with, told me that the best thing that you can do for good quality audio is to have the mic within 2 inches of your mouth and kind of like pointed kind of at the corner of your mouth instead of like talking directly into it.
Okay.
So we're trying it a little closer tonight.
Don't need this.
I know
close
you
to my
like
face.
it. I know you like it a little further away. But
I do.
Now
I
we
feel
look like
my personal space is invaded. And
it does
I'm not letting that.
It does feel a little bit in, but like we'll get used to it. Or, we'll get to the end of this episode and the audio will not be any better.
I mean,
and we'll just go back
like
to
on your laptop or something. And
that would be hilarious. I did check that before we started though. Okay. So because I'm not going to re-record this if this goes south.
This would be just lost forever.
It would be lost forever.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it was a long day.
It was.
It was a Sunday. Church is hard with littles.
Mm-hmm.
I love church.
Yes.
I love God.
Absolutely.
But going to church as a parent with a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 1-year-old just is like...
It's a tough season.
It's a tough season.
Sure.
It's like you don't ever get to hear the whole lesson. Like you each get to take turns hearing like a fourth of the lesson. Yeah. So it's like by the end, you've maybe heard
and
like
some
like a third of a lesson, and there's no such thing as like getting value out of a third of a sermon. So
yeah, it'd have to be a showstopper of a third. But
it would be. It would be. Not to mention the times when I'm like doing something at services and then you're just like full parent the whole time, which is then you get nothing out of services. Yeah. So it's tough.
We had church, then lunch.
And then for some reason, Davis woke up today and chose violence.
He did.
Davis woke up and just screamed all day.
He did.
He was not a happy baby.
He was not.
I'm ready for him to get... I'm trying to remember if our other 2 kids went through this like phase of screaming at us.
Wilson did.
And I remember Wilson was shouty for a little bit. I don't think Palmer was ever shouty.
Well, no, because she had our full attention. It's like it's him trying to navigate being heard as the third child.
Right. Okay.
And the baby. And, unfortunately, so I think with the more kids you have, sometimes you do quick fixes, and he knows
he doesn't like a quick fix.
Shriek.
Yeah, he's like...
It's a quick fix.
He's like, do I want mommy and daddy to pay attention to me and fix what I'm upset at? Let me just scream at the top of my lungs. He has the most... It's so shrill. But you know what's so funny about him? Is that during daytime, he will shriek and yell at you to get your attention. But when he's napping... he's like our best sleeper by far. Of the 3 kids, he sleeps like a pro.
Knock on wood. I hope that continues.
Amen. I'm sorry I said that out loud.
Oh, man,
but what's so funny about him is that when he No. That's not a point. It's only if he starts being not a good sleeper that you throw...
Write it down.
Okay. We'll check that. We'll see if we need to come back and check that one later. But when he's done with his nap, he doesn't scream. Like Wilson, when Wilson and Palmer both, when they're done with like time in their room, whether it was nap or whatever,
I feel like
they just start yelling out.
Tangent here. You need to hurry up and do the let's do it.
We will.
Okay.
But I'm going to land this plane real quick.
Okay.
Davis, our most shouty baby, doesn't shout when he wakes up.
No.
He just sits there.
And hits the wall.
And knocks on the wall.
Just knocks. Come get me.
Hey, I'm awake.
Done.
So polite. The only time he's ever polite.
That's not true. That's not true. We had some good moments with him today. I did.
You did?
You didn't.
All right. You can share after we do this thing. This is episode... Ooh. We still haven't figured this out. It's episode 30.
You still haven't figured it out.
This is not on me only. We can figure it out together.
It's literally you
only.
This
is either episode 31 or it is episode 3 of the No One Asked Us podcast.
Oh, gracious.
This is my wife, Allie. I am Will. Let's do it!
We had good moments.
Tell me about your good moments today with him.
I mean,
because I don't. remember I remember just like neutral moments.
No, we had some good moments. But what are some? Like right before nap when he was not feeling his best.
Oh, you did take him back there.
To his room and, gave him his passy, snuggled up with him, read some books.
Okay.
We played for a bit. Then he slept for 3 hours.
We love that. So we love a 3-hour nap.
I woke him up from the 3-hour nap because I was like, ooh, you're going to have to sleep tonight, son. So...
Which is so funny. We always wake him up, but he never has
wake
trouble.
Up from a nap so you don't ruin your evening.
Agreed.
And then...
is apparently controversial because it's like never wake a sleeping baby.
No, you wake a sleeping baby.
But you do wake a sleeping baby if they're about to hit their daily maximum sleep.
That or if they're like fresh babies, you want them to get their calories in the daytime, not the nighttime.
Also true.
I mean, everybody does what they want to do, so it's fine.
Do, but you should do taking care of babies. Okay. Anyway, moving
on. Woke him up. He did wake up kind of grumpy. You were not here. You were at a meeting.
I was not. Which was our elders and deacons meeting. Yeah.
Made this day crazier and longer and forever. But
it sounded like everybody woke up on the wrong side of the bed today, except for Palmer, who also never slept. So she just
did sleep.
She did. She did.
She fell. I'm so tired. I can't speak.
It's okay. I'm not tired anytime, and I can't speak anytime.
She did fall asleep.
Okay.
I woke her up because Wilson woke up, and I was it was 3:00, and I'm like, I'm gonna wake the 6-year-old up.
Palmer never naps. So like when she does nap, she always has the worst time at night because normally she's like tired.
Yeah.
The same time the boys are because she didn't nap. Yeah. But when she naps, it's like, oh no. She's like ready to rock for like another hour. Sleep, but she did because we had a crazy weekend.
So we woke up. Davis woke up kind of grumpy, but then you got home. There were some fun times where we were all playing, chasing the kids around the house.
We have like I have like a under desk treadmill, and the kids for some reason think it's the most exciting thing in the world to walk on the slowest speed on the treadmill, and they were all getting on there singing "Hi Ho," like the Disney dwarf song "Hi Ho, Hi Ho."
It's a good one.
And marching on it, and it was really cute. So you're right. Okay, I take it back. Thank you for reminding me.
Right after we got back from the golf cart ride, I kind of took Davis back to our room, and
I do not remember that.
We just played, and he fake tackled me and hugged his mama. Aww. Loved it. He was just
little sun time. I love that. I did not have those moments. I'm glad you had them today.
They were good. I had some great Palmer moments.
Palmer's had some great moments.
The middle
lately.
child chose some violence today.
Wilson.
I'm not getting into that.
We're not going to get into that. Speaking of Wilson, I think I need to do our quote of the week that I have not told you because I want to surprise you with this one.
Okay. I feel like this should have do 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 do.
Oh, like a quote of the week. Like a little theme music, something.
That's something.
We'll figure it out. Along with our house logo, which I've still yet to do. So
I have asked and I've asked.
Okay.
Somebody's company had to get acquired and all things. Apparently that takes the front seat here.
All right. Quote of the week, and then we can address that as well.
Okay.
Quote of the week. I am exercising upstairs.
Okay.
You are at the lake.
Okay, yes.
So it's me and the boys and Palmer. But at this moment, it is only Wilson.
Interesting. So our 1-year-old is just running
Don't know where our 1-year-old is, but probably somewhere with Palmer.
We hope.
Yeesh. I mean, he's fine. He's clearly alive today, so couldn't have been that bad.
Well, no.
Anyway, so I am exercising, and when I exercise, I usually wear either no shirt or a cutoff shirt.
Yep.
And I'm doing what are they called? They're called pullovers. It's where I'm laying on my back and I'm doing this and bringing it back up.
Thank you.
It's important, and you'll see why.
All 8 of them needed to know.
You'll see why.
Okay.
So I'm in the middle of one.
Okay.
With on set number 2 of 3, I'm getting tired because I have been doing my other exercises and I've got the weight all the way back here.
Mm-hmm.
And right as I get to the back and I'm about to pull it back up, Wilson looks over at me and goes, "Why does your arm have a beard?"
Did you drop it?
I almost die. Literally, almost like break my arms off because I like just lose my concentration. I would die. And so I get the weight up. I do not finish that set. Like I had to stop immediately. And I just start laughing. And Wilson's like,
no, but really.
Wilson's like, what's so funny? He's like, just looking at me like, why is there a beard on your arm? Talking about my armpit hair.
Thank you, Will.
You know, for those who didn't get it at this point. And so then I have to explain to our 3-year-old what armpit hair is.
Oh, what'd you say?
I just said, when you get older, you grow hair in your armpit. And Wilson goes, just like pulls his shirt down, goes, I don't have any. Said, yeah, you're just a little, like you're just little. You don't have any yet, but when you get older, you'll have some. And he just like kind of looks at me like I'm the weirdest dude ever. Like, what are you talking about, man? Like, you got beards on your arms and you're telling me I'm going to have one? Like, this makes no sense to me. I'm just like, and then he just walks off and I'm just sitting here just reeling of like,
what just
walked up and
That's
just
really
about
funny.
killed me in the middle of my exercise. Well, then 2 days later, you know, I'm exercising again.
Okay.
And he comes in and he goes, I can't wait to have a beard on my arm. So I had to save it. I felt like this was just too good. It was so funny. It was so funny.
Oh, man.
And then another quote of the week. I think I told you this one, but I'm going to share it anyway. Palmer has been like recently infatuated with a new lovey. It changes like every couple weeks. This one
changes every hour.
This one she pulled from your mom's house and has been like lugging it around with her everywhere.
Oh, that bear.
That bear. Whatever, Mr. Snuggles.
Cuddles.
Mr. Cuddles. Gotcha. Okay. But she calls it her snuggle toy. Is what she calls it.
I didn't know that.
She does, yes. And she goes, Mr. Cuddles is my favorite snuggle toy.
Yeah.
And like we're all walking in. This is still on the same day that you're gone, and we're all walking back into the house, and she just bebopping, and she goes, "He's my favorite snuggle toy." And I go, "Oh, Palmer, do you remember whose favorite snuggle toy mommy's is, or like, do you remember
like my childhood
right,
like, kind of deal?"
Well, that's what I say. But all I say is like, do you remember what your mom's favorite snuggle toy is? Because we had literally had this conversation the day before about the little pig that she's seen at your mom's house. That was like your favorite when you're little. And she, without skipping a beat, she goes, duh. I'm like, oh, great. She's going to say it. You, daddy.
No.
And I was like, boom, correct. I am, in fact, mommy's favorite snuggle toy.
Ghost Rider.
So I thought those two were pretty funny.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm still not over today, though. Wilson was working on his little preschool readiness binder that I got him.
Oh, what a great.
And
let me tell y'all,
he's been like,
y'all need to get one of these for your kids.
Working on his name, like matching the letters like Velcro style. Mm-hmm. And we're working on like, what are the letters in your name?
Right.
And he goes, WIALFON. Dubby.
That was so funny.
Just as a little side note, my mom, my dad calls Wilson Dub. W Dub.
Right.
My mom, from the day he was born, maybe a little bit later, but has always called him Dubby. And
ever since she started like keeping him and which like, was almost like, it was like what, 6
Palmer
months old
calls
or
him
something?
Dubby.
Everyone calls him Dubby at this
everybody
point.
kind of calls him Dubby.
This did not get the parent stamp of approval before it started getting used.
But if you know him, he is kind of a Dubby.
He is a Dubby.
He kind of
He is a Dubby.
And so he's just like WIALFON.
Dubby. That was a good one from today.
It was funny.
That was really funny.
It's too close to me.
It's too close. You're right. I've been trying. It helps me though because I've been less animated with my hands because I'm worried about hitting it.
Interesting.
Anyway,
all right.
You mentioned
I'm gonna address an elephant in the room.
What are you talking about? No. Okay, I do deserve this. 2 of them.
You get 2.
Mm-mm.
Okay,
I don't get 2.
I mentioned last time that we were getting a scoreboard.
We are, and we in fact got a
We
scoreboard.
purchased said scoreboard.
All right, here's the issue. I'm going to try to fix this in post-production, but if I don't, just know that this is a 1 and a 2.
Yeah.
Currently,
So-
it's mirrored.
So what we're trying to do is you don't want points, correct?
Correct. They're
Points are basically
We're
penalties.
not calling them points. We're calling them demerits.
Don't call it a demerit. I don't like that.
Why not? Why not, Miss King? Teacher
I'm really
King.
Sorry about coughing, everybody.
Yeah, Allie's been sick like all week, and I've told her to go to the doctor
I'm
literally
fine.
since
Oh, my
Monday.
word.
Guess
That's
who
enough.
hasn't gone to the doctor and has continued to
Okay,
just stay
I'm
sick?
fine. I'm not. Okay.
I'm fine. I'm just still coughing
You're
a week
trying
later.
to distract and deflect
I
from
don't
why
know.
you just got 2.
I don't know what you're talking
So
about.
apparently my 1 is from accidentally purchasing police whistles and handcuffs.
It was not an accident. You
It
knew
was
what
an
you were
accident.
doing.
I didn't know that had it. But
Police whistles.
Will made quite possibly one of the dumbest choices you could make as
I
a parent.
immediately recognized my
You
my
did not
issue.
immediately recognize it, because if you had immediately
Okay.
recognized it, you would have stopped it.
No, because
And you
here's the thing.
didn't.
It was one of those things where it's like
You just
realize,
let it happen.
Right. You realize it's a bad idea, but it's already happening.
And you decided to ride the wave instead of stop it.
If you stop it, it's still the same amount of work than if
Nope.
you just keep going.
There was no work for you.
I tried.
No.
I hosed them off.
Okay.
I tried to hose them
Pause.
off.
I'm
and then I
sorry.
went to Home Depot.
Respectfully, you have to stop, because I have to tell what happened.
Respectfully.
You have to stop.
As if there's any respect here.
Those are 2 earned, and you knew
They
it.
are. I 100% earned 2 points.
The cottage, which, spoiler alert, still isn't done, is at, I'm assuming, is paint stage.
Assuming it's literally covered in paint, babe.
It's primer. And
Touche.
Will
But it's still
gets
paint
out
stage.
there on like a whim. Like, it's 30 minutes before dinner.
It's not
And
30 minutes before dinner. It was
are
like at
you
least an
gonna
hour.
stop? This is your punishment. Take it. 30 minutes before dinner. It was, my parents are here. We're sitting out on the patio. And Will just like, I'm going to go slap some more primer on the cottage.
It's 'cause
And
your
all
parents
3, that's enough. All 3 of the kids are running around outside. And inevitably, when you open paint, or primer in this case, what are they going to want to do? And Will's like, yeah, come on and help.
Only
And so-
Palmer. I said that to only Palmer. I told the other 2 they could not help.
Okay, well, the 1-year-old doesn't understand. So the kids help out.
Yeah, that was not a great
Davis starts just like putting his hands in it. Palmer's like crazy using the paint roller, so
Yeah,
it's
she's
splattering
learning
back
how
on
to use a
over
paint
her.
roller,
And
it's not
Wilson's
going
getting
well.
in it, and I'm looking at Will, and I'm like, really? This wasn't the time.
I immediately understood the mistake that was
I
happening.
had to like go remove
but
Davis,
everybody was already covered in paint.
bring him
so it's
in,
like,
because
let's
he was
just
starting
keep
to get in
going.
paint. But Will just like doubles down and then was like, well, we're just going to keep doing this.
Right, they're already covered,
Okay.
so what's the point? Same amount of cleanup. Let's just keep painting and get as much
No.
painting done as possible.
No.
Palmer was enjoying it. Palmer was like, wow,
No.
I'm learning to paint with
Our
Dad, and this is
kids
fantastic.
were covered.
Okay, they were covered. I
In
literally left. We came
paint
back
primer.
in,
So
and
he
I'm trying to.
leaves.
Well, first I try to hose them off,
And that doesn't work.
and none of the paint's coming off. I'm like scrubbing it, and then Palmer's like, "Ow, that hurts." I'm like, "You're right. I'm scrubbing very hard to try to get this paint off." So I go to get the
Mineral
stuff,
spirit.
mineral spirits to get the paint off.
He leaves.
So I leave.
He leaves me with paint
But I
covered
take
children.
No, I
Yes.
take Davis with me.
Because
I
you
take the
knew
baby.
it would probably be another point if you left me with all
Correct.
3.
Look, sometimes
So,
you got to try to take some dubs
I've
where you can.
got kids covered in paint primer.
Right.
Will has left, and I've got to try to remove all of this. And fun fact, if you are ever covered in paint primer and you can't get it off,
Yeah, this was something I didn't know.
Toothpaste.
I came back after going to try and get
He came
something to
back.
get paint off of the children, and Allie goes, "I already have the paint off." I'm like, "What? In what world? How?
I used toothpaste and a toothbrush
Who knew?"
and just
Just
scrubbed
minty.
the kids.
And Palmer thought it was so awesome because
She
she's like, "I
loved
smell
it.
so minty now."
My back was thrown out because having to bend over the tub.
Right.
For that-
Mm-hmm.
You can't do this because part of the
Let it
points
be
is
known
also,
that this is the first time that I'm hearing about her throwing out back.
that is not true. Pinky, I told you when you came back.
Mm-mm.
Uh-huh. Pinky.
Another
Another fun fact.
Fine. That is our marriage thing.
That is our marriage thing.
The pinky is the one thing we do not break.
Never.
Never, ever.
So you need to own up. You know that those 2 points were well deserved. You know that they were. Say it.
They are well deserved. I literally apologized immediately.
Upon
I came
in.
I literally came in with the kids and was like, I'm so sorry. This was a mistake. I should not have done this.
I opened my mouth to say something and you're like, I already know. It was a bad idea.
I knew. I could feel it while it was happening. And there's nothing worse, that feeling as a husband when you realize you are in the middle of doing something your wife is upset at you about.
But also, like, you knew it was a bad idea.
I thought, okay, your parents had just come over and the kids were so excited to see. I thought, oh, Gacky and Rags are here. The kids are going to be playing with Gacky and Rags. No. I can go like take a quick 30 and get a good chunk of the.
In what world? Kids are like, oh, babe.
Well, then I immediately open the paint can and they come sprinting. I'm like, oh no.
Yeesh. Those are deserved.
They are well deserved. I am now currently losing.
You're losing.
But not for long.
Not for long. Sucker, I'm going to live at this 1 point.
That's as if. That's also very true, though, unfortunately. She does not earn a lot of points. This is going to be a very embarrassing
It's because
scoreboard.
you have to painfully overthink everything.
I don't painfully overthink everything.
Me.
Oh, I was like, I painfully underthink everything.
Exactly. Making this.
Goodness gracious.
This
will be really fun, though. I'm sure this will be fun. I'm sure I'll find a way to add some more points to your scoreboard. I might have to get creative with what you get dinged on. You know, like a handicap when you're playing golf, where it's like, clearly this wouldn't even be fun because of how many points I'd be earning. So we've got to like add a little handicap.
No. It just is what it is. I'm sorry.
We'll just see how it plays out.
Don't ever paint with all 3 of the kids like that again. Watercolor's fun.
Paint, never use real paint.
Don't use Kills primer.
Kills 2, indoor, outdoor.
Killsed our afternoon.
Well played, my lord.
Thank you.
Okay. There is...
We have big news to share.
We have 2 things that are big news. One that's like big family news, and one that is also big family news, but like different.
You can do like your news, your big news.
We'll do my big news because I would like to end on the like more exciting family news.
For sure.
So, my company was acquired on Monday.
I was taking a glorious nap.
Yeah.
And Will walks in.
Allie was taking a glorious nap. I did not even... We were at the doctor that morning. And so I get back after we were at the doctor. And I'm like heads down working to like get a project done. Not paying attention to anything. Just bebopping in Cursor. And I get a text message.
Not paying attention to
anything.
That should be on a shirt for you.
I'm not. I'm probably not paying attention. That's my hat. Sorry about my husband. I'm probably not paying attention.
Not paying attention to anything.
That's actually really good. We're going to find a way to get that. Okay. And my boss texts me, which like never happens, like SMS, like on my phone, personal text message. Mm-hmm. And so I get a message that's like, hey, you around? And anytime you get a text message from your boss that's like, hey, you around on like your personal phone, it's like, oh, shoot, like something's up. Mm-hmm. Never happens. And he sends me a link and is like, get on this call. And I get on the call, and before it's Google Meet. And before you get into a Google Meet, you can see everyone who's already there. And it's my entire team plus my 2 bosses. And I'm like, for a second, I'm like, hold up, am I getting fired right now? Because I'm like, unplanned, unscheduled meeting. Yeah. And I get into the meeting and everybody's quiet. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'm definitely getting fired right now. I don't know why.
They wouldn't fire you in front of all those people.
I don't know. Now,
you just I might have done real bad.
Exactly. Who knows? So I don't know. Like, you just immediately jump to the worst conclusion in a weird situation like that.
I feel that.
And so I'm just sitting there, and like Craig's just looking around and is like, so does anybody have any questions? I'm like, about what? Like, what is going on? And Craig just looks at, like, can see me in the video chat looking very confused and goes, Will, you haven't checked your email, have you? And I'm like, no. Like, I've been very like, I don't ever check my email during like the workday. I do it at like the beginning and the end. And he was like, please go check your email. And like in the email sent an hour and a half ago was like the
Yeesh.
acquisition announcement that everybody had already known. And so I'm just like the last one to find out in this meeting, which is like the most classic me thing.
It's the most Will King
It
thing.
is the most Will King thing. So that happened, which just threw my entire week into like I just immediately like had the weirdest week
Also,
because
props to Will. He was in the middle of typing a tweet.
I almost tweeted it immediately like while it was going on.
And then had some self-reflection and was like, wait,
I should probably tell
should
my
go tell
wife first.
Allie.
Go to tell my wife, and she's asleep.
Don't
Just
act
straight
like that
asleep.
wouldn't have
I've got
deserved
like some
that.
super exciting news.
All the kids were asleep.
All the kids were asleep. Allie was asleep, and I'm just sitting here with like my entire career just changed. Like I basically got a new job.
I mean,
It did.
okay.
I have to like go through like new onboarding. I got a new like work laptop.
Yeah.
I've got apparently tomorrow I've got a set of meetings that start at 8 a.m. and don't end till 7 p.m. So that's fun. Anyway, I'm excited. It's exciting. It feels really good to have the company, like the product that I've been working on, get acquired because like we were successful. Like we were profitable and growing and we were fine. We could have been fine never getting acquired.
Mm-hmm.
And then a company who is also extremely successful, doing well right now, the company Snowflake, like acquired us, which is like usually it's like a really successful company is like taking advantage of like a company not doing well to acquire their technology, or like the parent company is like stalled out and is needing some way to like get more growth. So they acquire some like new company because they have money or something. Yeah. But this was like both companies are like doing really well. So it's like a really exciting acquisition. And like I'm like the only designer there. So it's like part of the value seen in the product is obviously actually all the database stuff. Mm-hmm. But like what people see is the actual app, which was like 90% of my work, which feels really good that was like something people saw and were like, we need this.
Do you need a firework right now?
Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Miss King.
You're so welcome.
That was very rewarding. So it'll be interesting. I'm excited to see what this looks like. It's my first time working in a very big company, so I'm sure a lot of changes and adjustments to be made. I am a very, very loosey-goosey, startup-y kind of guy, so I think I'm going to have some interesting transitions at work.
That'll be great.
We'll find out.
Whoop, whoop.
We'll find out, and y'all will get to find out with us. So anyway, that's my exciting news. But on a more exciting note than that,
Palmer lost her first tooth.
It has been so wiggly. And she pulled it herself.
She
like
did.
On her own, which she was so nervous about.
But
Allie,
such a selfish thing as a mom.
This was hilarious. Allie was the day that we mentioned a few times at this point where Allie was gone. She went to the lake with like her teacher friends. Extremely well deserved. They all deserve like multiple days off. So I'm watching the kids that day, and the night before, her tooth is like about to come out, but she's feeling
barely hanging on.
But she's feeling super nervous. Like Palmer's like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to pull it. It's gonna hurt. And like me and Allie just keep taking turns, being like, oh, what if you tried to do this? Like, what if you like when I was little, I turned it this way, like. And
selfishly, I was not gonna let her lose that tooth when I was gone.
Yeah, that would have
wrecked me.
Also, we don't want our kids to be like losing their first tooth when Will's the only one in charge with 3 children. Yeah, that tooth would have gotten lost before the night happened. Exactly. And we would have had like a real bad first tooth situation.
Been plus 3.
Another point. Yeah. 100% more points for me.
But
so I was like, yes, please lose it now before it's my responsibility.
Like after bath times. And I looked at Will and I was like, that tooth's coming out tonight.
Yeah. Allie was like,
okay.
So
we just kind of kept coaching her.
Well, what's funny is like normally at bedtimes we're like, all right, bath's over. Everybody get the jammies on, get dressed. Everybody get in bed. Yep. Good night. Love you. Like done. Yeah. And like this was like the longest bedtime. We kept dragging it out, trying to get her to like work on her tooth.
She does really well if you're kind of around, but then make her feel like she's got space and she's being independent. And so I'm like, oh, okay. like we'll walk by a room. I'm like, "How you doing?
Are you wiggling it?
good?"
Did you try twisting it to the left? Like,
You
what
know?
about to the right?
And so I walk past her room, and so she's standing at her mirror, and she's like wiggling it. And then she's like, Mom. And I'm like, yeah, honey. And I come in, and it's like,
You know how like when your tooth start,
barely
if
hanging
you
out.
remember, it's like one part of your, like you have like two roots.
Yeah.
And so you feel you have one root out and it's just wiggling on one.
And it's
it
just,
hit that stage.
like her mouth is pouring
and there's
blood
like
at this
blood and
point.
she's like freaking out.
And I'm
she's
like, I look at her and I
like,
say,
no, we're getting rid of this.
Girl,
do it now.
One more twist and then it's out.
Yep.
And
she did.
She did it, and
I've never seen her so excited.
Proud of herself.
She was.
And excited. And the Tooth Fairy came to visit.
Which all right.
I'm going to let the people decide if this should be a point.
What do you mean if this should be a point?
You introduced.
No.
Okay.
No.
Anywho, fine. No points.
No points because.
Anywho, hang on here. No, you're going to have to stop and you're not going to interrupt.
We have to talk about something you were trying to do.
No. So, Tooth Fairy. And so we're having the conversation of like.
I'm not in the room at this point.
Where do we want to put the tooth? You know, like. To me, it's up to her if she wants the Tooth Fairy to come
Once the tooth popped out, I was trying to put the boys down. So I'm like nowhere to be seen at this point. Getting the boys down. It's just Allie and Palmer chitty chatting.
Am I good?
You're good. Go ahead.
Interesting. Okay. So,
but
I knew this was going to happen. We're having the conversation of like, where do you want to put the tooth? Do you want the Tooth Fairy to come into your room? The tooth was in a bag. She wanted to write the Tooth Fairy a note. And so she did that. And she was like, you know, Mom, I think I want to put it on the front porch. And I was like, wonderful.
Asking your kid, do you want the Tooth Fairy to come into your room? Never thought that was like something you asked your kids. I was just always assumed it goes under the pillow because that's the way it goes. No. But like,
so I'm sitting here having
good idea putting that thought in her head that it doesn't have to go in there.
Like, it can go outside your door. It can go wherever you want it to go. Well, she decides I want to put it on the front porch by the front door. And I was like, that's wonderful.
Fantastic.
Wonderful.
We don't have to try to sneak in some room and
so we
put it under a pillow.
Hush for just a minute.
I'm just talking about how excited I am about how great idea it was.
Interesting. Because we come to tell Will. And Will's like, I don't think that's a good idea.
No.
Yes.
That is a misrepresentation.
That is not a misrepresentation.
It is a misrepresentation.
You said,
I thought putting out there was a great idea. And then Palmer says, I said, oh, that's such a great idea. We should put it out there. That'll make it so easy for the Tooth Fairy to get your tooth. And then Palmer was like, oh, yeah. And then she'll leave my surprises out there.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. Or, the Tooth Fairy might bring the surprise inside.
And then Palmer gets the look of panic on her face.
Palmer goes, wait, why would the Tooth Fairy need to come inside?
And I'm sitting here
as a
like,
dad,
Will,
we live in Montgomery. Montgomery is not, let's be real, Montgomery's not the safest.
We're fine.
Well, I'm just thinking.
I've had her prepped.
We've had
she
people
was putting it on the porch.
There are people who literally walk around and check people's cars in our neighborhood.
Beside the point. But
not beside the point. It's important context for the people.
Nobody's come to the house.
Because I'm not overreacting here when I say this. So I suggest maybe we could do, maybe the Tooth Fairy comes inside. Who knows? No. We'll find out in the morning. I'm trying to be all maybe,
No, I had perfectly prepped her for front porch, drop off.
Yeah, because what's better than just leaving money on your front porch?
Well, Will says somebody might take it.
Which, of course, they might. In our neighborhood, it is perfectly possible
our daughter,
for someone to take
who knows no evil, looks like her world has been shattered and goes,
why would somebody
take it?
Allie just goes, thank you for introducing robbery to our daughter.
So Palmer now knows that people could steal things from your home. And I'm like, thank you, Will. Literally. This doesn't even need to involve you. I had it figured out. It was the front porch. We were golden. There was no sneaking into a room.
Oh my goodness.
None of it.
Just didn't even cross my mind that that's what I was like.
Well,
I guess she doesn't really know what robbery is.
Take it. And I'm like, nobody's coming to the house. Everything is fine.
Then we immediately, once again, have to go into damage control. I'm like, oh yeah, I don't know, who knows? It was bad.
I wish I could give you a point for it. I want to, but I won't.
We salvaged it. If it had turned worse, no. Well, the reason I don't deserve a point is because Creepy McCreeperson over here is like, I want to save all of our children's teeth in a bag.
Okay, no.
No, ma'am.
A little box.
No.
Okay,
even worse. A box. Like a creepy little box of children's teeth.
That's say like something all of their teeth.
That's something out of like a Law and Order episode.
First. There is something
that is fine.
You were so attached
but
to.
You didn't say at least they're first. You didn't say that until I pushed back about how creepy it was to keep your children's teeth.
You were getting ready to throw it away.
I was not going to throw the tooth away.
You were going to throw it away.
I had not made any decisions about what I was going to do with the tooth.
You would have thrown it away.
But you said, what if we just keep the first one? I was like, fine. A singular kid's tooth.
But there's so
I don't know. Maybe that's even creepier. I know. Definitely keeping the full mouthful is the creepiest, but like.
To be determined. Jury's still out if I keep more.
Hello. Her mom literally still has all of their children's teeth, which is creepy.
I just can't get rid of it. I can't.
You're so creepy.
That's
messed
creepy.
Up. That's weird, dude.
It's not.
So weird.
A lot of people do.
We can let the audience decide. Is it creepy to keep all your children's baby teeth?
Chime in.
Once again,
it's one tooth.
It's more than 8 people at this point. I feel like we've at least got 12. Oh. We're growing, babe.
Big time.
Big time. We're hitting the big leagues. Double digits. Double digits.
But anywho, it was so fun.
It was so fun.
I don't know.
Allie went over. We could go over the top because it was outside. So Allie, and I say we, the royal we, because this was all Allie's idea. I just went along with it. I then had to go to the grocery store at like 8:30 at night because Allie thought, this is what I want to do. She had already purchased a bracelet, knowing the tooth was wiggly, that said brave, which is awesome because she was like, I want Palmer to like think the tooth fairy is like saying how brave she was for losing her first tooth. It's a very nerve-wracking thing.
Yeah.
For her. She handled it like a pro. Great idea. Brave bracelet, all in. $5. First tooth. Feels reasonable. Probably going to break it down to like, $2 for all subsequent teeth. Molars may be a little more for size, but we'll get there. But $5 is not going to be the standard price here. Felt right for a first tooth. Then Allie's like, all right, the tooth fairy needs to write her a note. Okay.
Which I wrote.
Understandable.
You don't ever write them.
Totally fine. You write notes for literally every holiday. Easter Bunny, Santa Claus. I think St. Patty even wrote a note one time.
It was like we don't have an elf, but.
Yeah, we're never having an elf on the shelf.
Stop.
Not
happening.
Getting
into that right now.
Anyway. And then Allie's like, you need to get some flowers. I'm like, oh my goodness, how many things is the tooth fairy, this tiny little tooth fairy, supposed to be carrying to Palmer's house?
She's magic.
Anyway, and then she's like, and if you could find some glitter, I'd love to make like a little glitter trail for the tooth fairy leading up to and she literally stages all of this on our front door and like has a trail of glitter leading off onto like our front yard. And I'm just like, this is so over the top. This is the most Allie King thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And of course, guess who woke up and ate it up? Who loved every bit of it.
So excited.
Palmer loved it. It was fantastic. You're an awesome mom.
Well,
you should get like a negative point for that one.
But
we don't get negative points. That ain't happening.
Take away? Okay.
Nope.
Well,
I don't know. Maybe depends.
It was so fun.
We'll see. If I have a time where I can get a negative point, then we'll start considering.
But it was just really fun. That's another big milestone.
It is a big milestone,
and it's fun getting to do those things together as parents. But also, they work so hard for those teeth.
There's
the
something
teething, and then now that she's losing them, and like
that was really funny. Where he said, "We worked so hard for every single one of those teeth, and now they're just falling out of her."
I'm like, dang, you were grouchy and teething, and
yeah, she was not a happy. She was. Our other kids, I don't even think they had a problem with teething, but Palmer was mean.
It wasn't great, but I don't know. Now she has like a little toothless smile, and also she looks older. She's about to be 6. It's crazy.
She's big. She's getting old. We're gonna blink and she's gonna be graduating.
Don't do this to me right now.
Goal: make you cry on the podcast.
Don't do it.
It won't be that hard.
It really wouldn't be. But
anyway,
Oh,
anything else on your mind, Allison? I have one more topic here, but I'm tired. I don't think we need to worry about it. It's another big topic. We can talk about it another time.
I got nothing than.
Do we have anything going on this next week?
Are you joking? That's a joke. I know that's a joke.
If you ever want to trigger Allie, just wait until she's told you the full schedule for the week, and then be like, "Do we have anything going on this week?"
In the kitchen? Oh,
she gets so mad. Oh, we got soccer camp this week.
I keep a detailed calendar.
Palmer has soccer camp. Both kids have dentist appointments on Tuesday.
Somebody's got a doctor's appointment.
Davis has a doctor's appointment on Thursday.
Taking the kids all day.
You're taking the kids all day tomorrow because of my marathon of IT meetings.
Meeting marathon. My Monday meeting marathon.
Ooh, good alliteration, milady.
Thank you, my lord.
That sounds like a good place to end. Peace.